Hello and welcome. This is Gigi Lee, and this will be a weekly tarot reading for my Scorpios for the week starting the 28th of October till the 2nd of November 2019. Hi, my Scorpios. How are you? Just so you know, before recording my reading, I always meditate and I ask Spirit for guidance. I also shuffle my cards. Okay? And if you like this reading, please like, subscribe to my channel, and share the video with your friends and family. And if it doesn't resonate, leave it all behind. And now let's see, my Scorpios, what Spirit has to say for you this week. Just the first week of November. Okay. We have Princess of Cups in the reverse here. The Star. And the Princess of Wands. Okay, and very interesting. I feel like this energy is like, for some of my Scorpios, some of life meaning and understanding is being revealed to you. At the present moment, you're more inclined to see the big picture, which maybe you have missed. You have missed some things that you were not able to grasp, something that were preventing you to grow. You know, with the Princess of Cups in the reverse here, you're probably realizing that for some of you, some of my Scorpios, that there was some mistake you made in terms of communication, or that you have to learn to communicate, which actually will give you more love and affection, not just for yourself, right? Because you're able to communicate clearly, but from the people around you, the people that you want to communicate with, the people that you want to get to know, those that you want to have closer to you. And the Princess of Cups in reverse is to let you know that yes, there's a possibility that you could have missed some opportunity. It doesn't necessarily mean of love, but it could be an opportunity that um, was was, for some reason it was lost, but it was also about growth. Okay, it was like a test where Spirit was showing you something that you really wanted, really bad, and Spirit show you how to get it, or with the years or with the experience, right, you would have been able to get it, right? But for some reason it was you didn't go for it, or maybe it was taken away from you, right? Was it taken away from you? You know, this is really a question of opinion, depending on the Scorpio. Maybe it was a gift, right? By being removed, it was turned out to be a blessing in disguise. It could have been, because the Star is the present energy in the middle right here, right? Or it could have been that you dodged a bullet, right? But there's still something about communication that you have to learn that is still not really understood by you. The way you communicate, it could be how you express yourself. Let's say if you're able to let someone know about your feelings, right? If you're able to really speak your mind, or because of, of some um, fear that you're unable to express what you truly want, and it comes out the opposite. So instead of showing love, you're showing us maybe a coolness, or a discontent, or not able and not wanting to communicate deeply, just under the surface, right? Deeply, we'll see. It's still a Princess of Cups, but there's certainly here, I feel, some level of intimacy here that Spirit wants you to know. Is for those that are single, is that how is it that you're manifesting things that you want? Is it with positive attitude, positive communication, positive body gesture, right? This is also communication. Are you able to bring the people close to you? Are you able to be honest enough to bring those that you value close to you, or are you still on a superficial level? Because with the Star here, just she's naked, and she's in the right position, and she's naked because in this journey, she comes in as a mature woman, as now she understood that life is a journey, yes, and there's challenges and obstacles, and the most important thing is for you to remain true to yourself. So there could have been some learning for some of my Scorpios in regards to communication, right? Mercury is in retrograde in your sign. And so it's at this period of the year, and by the way, happy birthday for those who will be celebrating their birthday, but at this period of the year, now you could finally look back because the, the, the most difficult time, the most difficult work has been clear out of your hands right now. It was at the beginning, I think it was for the first 6 months, maybe longer. Some of you could be going through it still again. But it's clear that there's something within you, my Scorpios, that has to change for you to be able to manifest, right? You see the star? She has 8 stars close to her. She's the queen manifester. She's all about connecting her desire to the universe by communicating through nature, right? Could be by doing the things that you want to do. Could have been that, you were not able, or for some reason you chose to do something that you did not like, taking passion out of your life and creativity out of your life to focus to something else. And whatever that something else you focused on prevented you to give that time that you needed to give in order to better your communication skills, in order to increase your value within your circle of friends, your network. Maybe some people don't know who you are. Maybe they have some impression of you. But the Princess of Cups in reverse is certainly sending a bunch of messages, and see how this resonates. And I'm going to go to the Princess of Wands. The Princess of Wands is in the reverse. So with those two energy each side of you, some of my Scorpios may be feeling stuck, as if you have so much skill, so much talent, so much creativity, so much power, but you're unable to express them. You're unable to find an outlet, to find a maybe confidence within you to just express yourself. Why is this? Is it because of the lack of confidence in yourself, right? Okay, if there is a lack of confidence in yourself, my Scorpios, it's your birthday month. Look within this, your ruler, Mars, still in your 12th house, who's asking a lot of question about, your input in the situation that you are right now. How is it that you're there today? How do you like your position? Do you want it to be here? Were you expecting this? There's a possibility that some of my Scorpios were not expecting to be where they are today. It doesn't mean that it's bad. It just means that they didn't want it to, right? They didn't want to, whatever happened, to happen, okay? And that could be at school. Maybe, you clicked with some type of network group of people, and now the year is not over, the semester is not over, and you just can't stand them anymore, or you're just realizing that they're just not on your level and that you have to avoid them by all costs, right? Or it could be just in life, right? You could be with among people that truly have, a way of behaving or communicating that you despise, but for some other reason you're still circulating with them, still involving yourself, engaging with them, even though they're not giving you what you need in order to be who you want to be, or to do the things that you want to do, right? So there's some block challenges around you. It could be just because you're not capable to distance yourself from something, or you're not capable to, to show who you are, right? For other people to know, or to get to where you want to be, or to go towards the people that you wanted to be around. So we have to ask this question for my Scorpios. What is it that is actually bringing us this energy? Well, I think it's the devil, which is Saturn. Saturn is in your third house of effort, so it's making you fearful. fearful of something that has to do with your reputation. Am I being seen, liked, appreciated? But who knows you really? Because if you're thinking about that and you're making your move based on this and that, then you're not allowing people to really value you. You're not able to use your skill and your talent in order to get the value that you certainly deserve. But keep in mind, Scorpios, as much as you do that, there's some other people that are moving fast because the mentality, the conversation, the communication that you tell yourself is not really positive for growth in the area that you're looking for growth. Because I've seen you here, I feel that you have detached yourself from a lot of people. You have cut some long-term relationship. Thank God you did, because there was a lot of things, and it takes time for Scorpio to cut people loose. But when they cut them loose, they never look back. And that's another thing, Scorpios. It's very important that you understand when something is over, it's never, never, never good to turn around and do the same thing again or involve yourself around with the same energy again. I'm going to clarify for you guys the Princess of Cups, right? And the Star and the Princess of Wands. With the Princess of Wands, like I said, I feel like you're not communicating your affection, your desire, just who you are as a person is taking opportunities away from you. You're not available. People don't see you, right? They don't know what you like, what you're doing, your business. They're curious. And when they have to know something about you, they go and ask, or they go and observe, or sometimes they might just be looking, searching for you, like stalking you, depending on what they're looking for in connecting with you. So let's clarify the Princess of Cups, the Nine of Swords, the Star of the World in reverse, and let's clarify the Princess of Wands. We have the Four of Pentacles. So, I feel that some of my Scorpios are in a junction right now in their life. It's a new era. It's a new world. You're probably walking path doing things you never did before. And you're probably alone doing them with a lot of people no longer around you. And that could be a benefit if you see it the right way and you really understand it, and not really be hard on yourself and say, you know what? As much as I'm growing and I'm expanding and I become who I'm meant to be, maybe you have to understand that, some people may not like that. They may not understand your growth. They may not want you to grow. But whatever the reason, right, it happens to everybody. It's not to really dwell on that. The Nine of Swords, not to care. Who cares? Sometimes Scorpio cares too much about what people think. Who cares? Those people, they're going to get old and they're going to leave, or they're going to go into their own journey, because we all have our own journey. You're here to live your life. Nine of Swords, you have some issues, with your thoughts. Your mindsets is negative. You're seeing yourself negatively. Right now, some of my Scorpios are probably going through a dark night of the soul, because you're looking at yourself, oh my God, I'm stuck. I'm stuck in this place. You're not stuck, Scorpios. You have to do things differently. It is time to shed your skin. And this time around is difficult, because by doing so, you're going to leave a lot of people behind. Friends, family, past relationships, colleagues. But all is because you're opening new doors to your new era, walking new steps with new energy, right? It's really important. I want to add here that, you cannot be hard on yourself, my Scorpios. I don't see why people hate Scorpio so much, but at the same time, I learned the other day that Scorpio is the sign the most researched on, right? See, you just don't see it, right? Because you're so focusing into your own emptiness, right? Or your own, how can I say, hurt, that you don't see how other people actually admire you. They love your guts, what you have achieved, the strength that you have to stand on your two damn feet. to stand up for yourself, to clearly communicate so they know, no, my Scorpio don't like that. Ooh, my Scorpio like that. My Scorpio said this. My Scorpio said that. For my cross watchers, Scorpios, sometimes I have to say, you people don't really sometimes fully listen. There's some people, there's some Scorpios that are capable of really explaining their feelings clearly, and some other people they can't. It takes time sometimes, my cross watchers, to get to know a Scorpio. You need to allow Scorpios time and space. Scorpio also is trying to get to know themselves. Nine of Swords, all eyes on Scorpio. Now I'm moving on here with the world in a reverse next to the star. So this lesson has to be understood. Yes, there's some things that you have to change within you, my Scorpios, each individually. It really is a general reading. There's something about your connection, your network, your relationship, your neighbors, your siblings that has to change so you could be the most organic person that you want to be and be free. Right now, this heavy Saturn in your third house is putting so much responsibility on you. Do you have time to really see between all of them, what, if there are some in those responsibilities that are self-undoing, that creating some self-undoing to you by preventing you to do the things that is your own right in this life, such as having enough sleep, living in a nice place, peaceful place, having enough resource that you could, you know, have some clothes, buy the things that you like, eat good food. Those are the most important things. You really have to rewire your brain, Scorpios, because you're about to step into a whole different world. And with that, I have to say, my cross watchers, Scorpio is not looking back. Scorpio is moving forward. For those of you, for some reason, that has been going through a difficult challenge in terms of relationship with a Scorpio, I'm looking at the star with the end, the world here in the reverse. The world is the last card of the whole story of the tarot. It's the 78th card. It represents ending, when you finally understand the lesson of life, and then you become an eagle for Scorpio. Okay, so it's in the reverse, but they are about to turn their head. They are about to really turn their head into a whole different direction. And only my Scorpios knows, because I feel that some Scorpios, and you're doing that well. I really recommend you keep doing this. They have a plan, but they're keeping it to themselves. They're keeping the cards close to themselves because some Scorpios have been burned and deceived through the years by their family, friends, closest relationships, and so on. Now, don't tell me, well, Scorpio has been horrible. Of course, there's a little bit of karma that comes around with this, right? Absolutely. What comes up must come down. So maybe some Scorpios were deserving of a little bit of challenges they had, but nobody deserved betrayal, deceit, manipulation. Nobody deserved that, right? Everybody make mistakes, okay? But nobody deserved that. But here it is shown with the world in reverse that Scorpio, that's it for you. The worst is behind you. We're walking 2020 with our head up high, money in your pockets, confidence, and the right people by your side. And you're not going to close your eyes like you used to, right? In desiring not to get into much more issues. You're going to be like, well, you know what? Now I'm going to show people who I am. Some of them are not going to like that. And some of them it's going to love you more. But those that don't like it, it's okay, Scorpio. It is fine, right? Because like I said, some of my Scorpios I've been going through major, massive betrayal, not really self probably self-undoing on a little level, but I do feel that there were people coming after Scorpios. Jealousy is really high right now, okay? Scorpio, you're about to attract a lot of attention, especially with Mars, who's going to be joining um, Sagittarius. I think it's the end of November, something like that, because in November 20th, 19, we have Mars in Scorpio, and then it's going to be your season, right? Now you still have a break because Mars is in Libra, so you're not supposed to be going forward into some new project. You're supposed to withdraw, observe, learn, communicate. Libra is a great communicator. So if you feel, my Scorpios, that you're open for communication, go for it, right? But I'm going to end this reading here for you, my Scorpios. Just before I end it, I almost forgot the Four of Pentacles here next to the Princess of Wands. You know, it really is just you being more cautious of who and where you give your time. A lot of people will be asking for your time, but remember, Scorpios, time is valuable right now, and you are in need of security. Security will be very important because you have Uranus in Taurus in your seventh house. Seventh house is also the house of business, so like unexpected deal and unexpected changes. Okay, so you're gonna have to focus on that. And the Four of Pentacles here is really you still holding on, your cards close to your chest. Okay, but I think there's a lot of good news coming in November. Check next week, but next November is going to be a very, very interesting month for Scorpios, where I feel that a lot of gifts going to be finally given, and gift that's going to be coming out of the blue for you. Okay, but I'm going to end this reading here. Let me know how this resonated with you. Okay, again, please subscribe to my channel. We'll be very grateful for that. Like my video and share it with your family and friends. Until next time, send you lots of kisses. I love you.